The topic of today's video is one I've gotten a few questions on and one that I'm actually excited to talk about because it pertains to me a lot. And as you can tell from the title, we're talking about money and we're talking about how football players and other athletes make it while they are in college and while they are playing athletics. Maybe not during season, but we'll get into all of that in just a second. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so intro. Boom. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jaavis and today I am your captain. We are talking about money and we're talking about how football players earn it while they are in college. I've gotten this question a good amount of times and I'm excited to answer it as I said. So as usual, if you guys want to talk about this or anything else that we talk about in the future, I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, roughly about 7 to 7:30 p.m. at night. So come out, hang out in there, and we can talk, watch me play video games, whatever you guys want to do, talk about the videos. We can do it all in the live stream. So meet me in there if you're down. I'll put my other social medias right here if you want to hit me up on those, and I'm pretty respondent to those, so you guys can talk to me on there or talk about future videos or ideas you want to see me talk about. Go ahead, talk to me on those and hit me up. Yeah, let's just talk about money. Now, a lot of you guys might be thinking, I've heard about the college schedule. I've heard about how busy college athletes are, and I just don't know how people have time to have jobs or make extra money on the side or anything like that. You guys wake up in the mornings, you guys go work out, you guys have practice right after, you got school, and then you got homework, and you got meetings. How do you guys do it? Let me let you in on a little secret here. We don't do it during season. There's not a whole lot of people that can pull off having a job during season. There are some, but they do suffer in other ways, mostly losing sleep, which does affect a lot of other parts of their game and their ability to function throughout the day, and I would not recommend it. But most people do not have a job during their season in athletics in college. Now, that's not to say I haven't seen some people hustle some little side hustles on the side and get what they need to get done so they can have some extra cash in their account. That happens, just it's not really a job. You know what I mean? Now, the off season, that's a whole different story. It's very common for athletes to get a part-time job during the off season to have some extra cash in their pocket or actually pay some bills if they need it, because not a lot of schools give out full scholarships or scholarships in general. So in order to pay the bills, if you're not on a grant or a loan or any kind of scholarship from the school, you gotta have a way to pay those bills if you're not being supported from your family. So in order to do that, they take part-time jobs. And most of these are taken in the off season, and the way they usually schedule that is they will get certain jobs, very specific jobs, to make sure that they are able to schedule their own times around the times that they need, essentially. So if you're doing spring ball for football in college, you're gonna be able to schedule your part-time job around your meetings, around your lifting, and around your practice, because while it may not be in-season stuff and it might not be as demanding of your time, it's still demanding of your time throughout the day on certain days. So you gotta make sure that you can schedule your different working days around that and make sure it's a flexible job. And that brings me to my second point, and that's the types of jobs that college athletes get. And those are usually jobs that are super flexible and will probably not be too hard on their body, if anything. If not, hopefully pretty easy on it, because you're already working it so much throughout the day. You don't want a really labor-intensive job. The main thing about these is you want something flexible. I've known people to be bouncers. I've known people to be security for the NBA games in the area. I've known people to be valet. That was me. And something I'll say about my experience of having a job is that I was a walk-on, so I did not have a scholarship, and I didn't want to take out a whole bunch of loans because I didn't want to have to pay those back. So I kind of worked myself to the bone. I was working 40 hours a week, and I was making sure to try and get as much money in as possible and try and save as much as possible, so that during season, when I had to pay for school and I had to pay for other bills and stuff, I'd be able to have a way to pay that without having to work. So a lot of time when you're not a scholarship kid and you're not getting that monthly check or that term check or whatever it may be, you gotta have a way to pay those bills. So you gotta find ways to integrate a work schedule into your everyday schedule. For me, I was getting up at 5 a.m., going to weights, then going to practice, and then going to school until like 2, and then from 2 to 10, I was working 8 hours, 5 days a week. So I was working 40 hours a week, and right after I got off at 10, I would go home, get a little quick bite to eat, and then go to bed and do the same thing over again the next day. During work, I would do as much homework as possible during my shift, and then the next day I would try and do as much work during the school day as possible before class, in between my little breaks that I had. I would always just be trying to work and do homework and maybe even catch a quick nap. You can ask some of my teammates. I would sleep on the couch in the lounge sometimes just because I needed a little break sometimes. So it's not an easy life, working 40 hours a week while going to school, while doing football, while having homework, and having that responsibility of getting to your job every day and reporting and showing up and actually performing to the ability that they want you to be able to do it at. Not only that, you gotta factor in travel time from school to work to home, and then home to school again. It takes a lot of your time is just travel. So managing your time during that period is really integral to being able to maybe get some extra homework in, or study for that test you got coming up, or study the playbook for the next day's practice. So it makes sense for a walk-on to get a job and make sure that they have enough money to pay the bills during the season when they're not going to be able to work. But why would a kid on scholarship want to get a job or feel the need to get a job? Well, that's pretty simple, is they might want some extra cash to have some money to splurge on, or maybe they have some extra bills that their scholarship doesn't fully cover, or they have a certain diet that they need to cover as far as expenses go because they're not getting enough in their scholarship check. Whatever the reason may be, there's a lot of athletes that do have jobs, whether it's in the off season or whether you're a crazy person and you're trying to do it during the season itself. At the end of the day, I think the most important thing I can think of to tell you guys is, if you are planning to get a job and you are planning to play college football, I just want to remind you guys not to work yourself too hard, because that's honestly what I did. I worked myself a little bit too hard, and I made it so that I actually lost gains. I actually lost some of my ability to play football because of overworking myself, not getting enough sleep, and not getting enough recovery time in order to perform to my best ability the next day. And I really wish I would have maybe taken back a couple hours on work, even if it did cost me some money, so that I can have a better performance during that off season of football, so I can perform better during the season. Hopefully you guys can gain something from this, and hopefully you guys can learn something from my experience as an athlete. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. It helps more than you know, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell next to it. You know what it does by now. And if you guys want to talk about this or any other subject that we talk about in the future, again, I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 7 to 7:30 p.m. So check back in when you guys are done with dinner, or about finished with Monday Night Football, or whatever the heck you guys got going on. Come on in and we'll talk, we'll have some fun. Hit me up on my socials, you guys know the drill. And last thing is, if you guys know anyone that this video might help, go ahead and share this video with them. I'd really appreciate it, because I'm just trying to help as many people as possible. And if you guys share this with another person, that increases their chances of being able to be more knowledgeable of their own situation and what they need to do to get themselves right when it comes to college athletics. Or maybe it could just give them a little inspiration for the day that they might need. Alright, thanks for watching the video, guys. My name is Jaavis, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, baby! Yes, sir!